Win streak end in Atlanta today, dropping the Texans below 500 this season. But rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud continues to play solid football. For a preview of what's on Instant Replay, let's check in with my friend Larry Ramirez.
I think it's safe to say the Texans have found their quarterback.
I think so.
And I know you approve of him as well. C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense didn't have much success today, but the O-line did protect him on a record-setting afternoon. Coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
It's hard to go out like that. I've been done bad in this stadium 2 times now, so I don't think it's funny.
C.J. Stroud is not a fan of the home of the Atlanta Falcons. Still, he completed 20 of 35 passes without a pick to set a new NFL record to begin a career, passing the old mark set by Dak Prescott. The Texans' inability to score touchdowns, though, cost them in the ATL. The Spurs held a free scrimmage at the Frostbank Center yesterday, and the fans turned out in a big way, many getting their first glimpse of Victor Wembanyama in person, and the Rook was showing off his long-distance game along with Zach Collins. All right. That's for you, Courtney. We got Matthew McConaughey in the house. The Longhorns dropped 6 spots to number 9 in the latest AP Top 25 college football rankings following their loss to the Sooners in the Red River rivalry Saturday at the Cotton Bowl. Mary Rominger was there, and she has more. Plus, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the 49ers, San Antonio FC, the Rangers, Astros, and the best of big game coverage. All that and much more right after the Nightbeat.
He changed it to oh no after that.
Yes.
Watch it, Tim.
And don't tell the family in Cleveland. I might slowly be becoming a Texan.
You're in trouble, Tim.
We better get out of here. We'll be back after this if I'm still alive.
A new law cracking down on vaping in schools is presenting a challenge for San Antonio's largest school districts.
Yeah, House Bill 114 went into effect on September 1st, and it requires districts to place any student found with a vaping-related item in alternative education placement.
KSAT Investigates Lee Waldman looks into how big of an issue this is in Northeast and Northside schools.
The shops seem to pop up on every corner, advertising vaping with colorful signs.
We recognize that it's a prevalent issue in and throughout the community.
Northside ISD Superintendent Dr. John Kraft says THC vaping has been a problem in their schools.
The number increased by 2-fold just from 21-22 to the 22-23 school year.
A big problem. Last school year, NISD had 1,800 disciplinary hearings. 1,434 of those were for THC vaping. For the 2020-2021 school year, there were only 746 THC vaping related hearings.
The prevalence in and about the community, the accessibility in the community has really caused and led to probably that number increasing.
It's not just a Northside issue. Northeast ISD provided this data for the 2022-2023 school year. 1,482 discipline conferences with 666 related to THC. In a statement from NEISD, prior to HB 114, non-THC vaping discipline offenses were not referred to DAEP. But this school year, we could see both of those numbers drastically increasing with the passage of House Bill 114. The law requires mandatory disciplinary action for any kind of vaping on school property, regardless if it involves THC.
Our DAEP program, especially at the secondary, middle school, and high school levels, they're not designed to accommodate that number of students.
In light of HB 114 becoming law, Northside ISD is launching a second chance program so that alternative schools like this one don't become overwhelmed.
A kind of a second chance program academy so that first-time offenders, we have the ability, like I say, to educate students without a full-blown DAEP placement to another campus.
It'll keep the district in compliance while keeping kids at their original campuses. Both districts have put out new messaging to parents and students about the change.
We want to make sure that they know we take it seriously, and we've given the tools for them to take it seriously as well.
NISD is focusing on educating about the health risks of vaping as well as the disciplinary risks.
It's very intentional in the prevention message, which we have not really explored previously, and so we're excited about the opportunity to have targeted prevention.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Lee Waldman.
Around America, police are investigating a shooting at a Maryland university that sent 2 men to the hospital. Bowie State University police say 2 19-year-olds were shot at the school's Center for Business and Graduate Studies last night. This coming just days after another shooting at Morgan State University in Baltimore sent several other people to the hospital. Both of those men are not students at the university, and the school's president says the violence all happened on the heels of several homecoming events held on campus. Police have not said what led up to the shooting, and no suspects have been arrested.
And several agencies in Pennsylvania are investigating a mass shooting there that killed 1 person and left several more in the hospital. This happening just after 12:30 this morning local time at a community center in White Township, 50 miles northeast of Pittsburgh. All of the victims were between the ages of 18 and 23. The man who died was 22 years old from Pittsburgh. Some of those victims have been released from the hospital. Investigators have not said what led to this violence.
4 weeks after going on strike, the United Auto Workers Union still holding out for better pay and benefits from the big car manufacturers. The union's president, Shawn Fain, is calling the strike a pivotal moment for organized labor and just a small part of a war pitting working people against, quote, the billionaire class and corporate greed, end quote. The union is claiming a small victory on Friday after General Motors announced workers at new electric car factories will be under the UAW's national contract. There has also been some progress in talks recently, and that is signaled by no new strike targets as the new work week gets ready to begin.
This historic Powerball jackpot is ballooning to an even bigger number. After no winners in last night's drawing, tomorrow night's jackpot will now stand at a little more than $1.5 billion. It'll be the 3rd largest prize in Powerball's history. This jackpot has rolled over for months now, starting back on June 19th. The historic drawing will happen tomorrow night at 10.
Another free commercial.
You know what I realized earlier this afternoon? I was walking out the front door to come here, to come to work, and naturally my body was just tense. I was ready for the heat and the humidity to just like, smack me in the face. And it was so nice. Like after half of a second, all of a sudden it just relaxed.
We don't know what
Wow, it's so nice out here. Yes, it was an absolutely beautiful weekend. Again, 54 the low temperature earlier this morning, 78 was the high. We're going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, but still nice. We're going to start off in the upper 50s, around 59 tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. here in San Antonio. And then we've got that high temperature forecasted around 83 degrees. After that, it's possible we see a few showers for parts of the area pop up on Tuesday. And then we warm things up, especially by Thursday ahead of our next front that moves in just ahead of next weekend. So we're going to get you more details on that, plus talk specifics with the annular solar eclipse that takes place on Saturday. We'll have those details in a bit, Courtney.
Thank you so much, Mia. Now to some international news. A powerful earthquake rocked Afghanistan this weekend, killing at least 1,000 people and leaving more than 1,000 injured.
On top of that, more than 1,300 homes have been destroyed, making it one of the deadliest earthquakes to hit that country in decades. ABC's Lama Hassan has details on the disaster.
The earthquake that hit western Afghanistan on Sunday was so powerful, it killed more than 1,000 people. For the families, it is now a race against time, desperately digging with their bare hands, trying to find their loved ones still trapped beneath homes that have been flattened. A small body shrouded in a blanket pulled out from the rubble. With a magnitude of 6.3, the earthquake was followed by several devastating aftershocks. Dramatic video showing the aftermath. Most of the homes are made out of mud, not strong enough to withstand the tremors. Several villages now completely destroyed. This man's sister and son were killed when the quake struck. 13 members of this man's family are injured, urgently in need of help. Local hospitals are overwhelmed and in need of international aid. The World Health Organizations and other aid agencies are now beginning to send medical teams and much needed emergency supplies. Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
A Lone Star state lawmaker knows something about an upset, but the one he's trying to pull off could be his biggest yet. We sit down with Colin Allred to find out why he's running for the U.S. Senate. He played football at at Baylor and in the NFL, and he's also no stranger to political upsets. Colin Allred beat a Republican incumbent to win his House seat, and now he has his sights set on the U.S. Senate and Ted Cruz. Here's a snapshot from the latest Spreester session, a conversation with Democratic Congressman Colin Allred.
Congressman Colin Allred, thank you for joining us. Talk about why you made this decision to run for U.S. Senate.
Yeah, well, I feel strongly that we can't afford 6 more years of Ted Cruz. He's somebody who has pitted us against each other as Texans and as Americans, and who I think hasn't been doing the job. And I'm somebody who was a 4th-generation Texan. I was raised by a single mother in Dallas. I went to school in Waco. My family's from Brownsville. I think I know who we are as Texans. I think we can do better than Ted Cruz.
Do you think he's vulnerable? And if so, what issues do you think he's vulnerable on?
Yeah. Well, I think Texans are ready to move on from him. And I think they're ready to move on from his divisiveness. I think they're ready to move on from somebody who is podcasting 3 times a week and doing everything he can to get on cable news, but not actually doing the job of trying to pass legislation that helps Texans. And that's one of the biggest things. But it's also going to be a huge contrast in terms of personalities and approach. I'm one of the most bipartisan members of the Texas delegation, and really in Congress, I try and find that common ground that maybe comes from my football background, where I try and work with folks to find the things that we can agree on. I'm somebody who will bring together our state and our country.
You can watch the latest edition of Spreester Sessions right now on KSAT.com and on the KSAT YouTube page. We'll also have our interview with San Antonio State Senator Roland Gutierrez there, one of Allred's Democratic opponents for the nomination. We'd also plan to sit down with Senator Cruz as well, but he may wait on that interview until he knows who his Democratic opponent is. We'll be right back. So this is what I call my California weather.
Yeah.
But here in Texas. After the brutal heat. I could not be more excited.
And we so deserve it after this summer.
I feel like we do.
After September, all of it. I am so happy that we were finally able to get some fall weather into South Central Texas just in time for weekend plans. All right, speaking of the weekend, I actually want to fast forward to what's happening next weekend. We are officially 6 days away from the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, the annular solar eclipse that's going to be visible from parts of South Central Texas. Again, the moon's going to move in front of the sun. Then we see that Ring of Fire take shape in the sky. Definitely plan on getting your glasses ready this week if you haven't already. Here's a look at when the peak of the eclipse is expected to push through parts of the area. Near the hill country, Southern Edwards Plateau, Junction, Rock Springs, Carter Valley by about 11:50 a.m. on Saturday, October 14th. Then it's going to continue working its way farther off to the southeast, approaching San Antonio, Bernie, Bandera, Hondo, Uvalde by about 11:53, and then that will continue to work its way down the I-37 corridor across portions of the coastal plains as we get a little bit closer to the top of the noon hour. Again, this happening on Saturday. We're going to have a ton of content to show you throughout this week, so definitely look for that over the next several days. And of course, all of it up at KSAT.com. All right, weather-wise, skies should start to clear on Saturday after we see that front move through. That's something to check back in on as well over the next couple of days. In terms of your Monday, it's going to be another cool start, upper 50s, a seasonable finish, but the humidity is going to start to build back in by tomorrow night and early Tuesday. That combined with more Pacific moisture that moves in, that could allow for a few showers to pop up Tuesday night and into early Wednesday. Then we see that next cold front work its way in. Right now it's looking like Friday morning, and then we'll see a nice weekend take shape here across our region as well. All right, here's tomorrow morning wake up time, 7 a.m. again, 57 in New Braunfels, 57 in Gonzales, 62 in Del Rio. A few more low 60s possible, especially the farther south that you go. I do think we will see a little bit more sunshine, especially by lunchtime. If you have any lunchtime plans, very comfortable patio weather in the mid 70s. Low 80s expected for those daytime highs around 5 o'clock tomorrow, 84 in Pleasanton, 83 in Eagle Pass. Low 80s expected across some of the higher elevations for places like Kerrville Kerrville, stretching over to Rock Springs. Again, maybe a little bit cooler on Tuesday, depending on how those rain chances play out. Then Wednesday and by Thursday, really, we're going to start to feel the heat and the humidity yet again. Forecast high temperature around 90, but then here comes that next front that's going to knock our temperatures down a little bit more. So we're potentially looking at some more upper 70s as we head into next weekend. So let's talk about that setup. Again, we are pretty quiet here in South Central Texas right now. The rain activity today has been closer to the Laredo and Corpus Christi area. I want to take you all the way up to the northwest, approaching the Gulf of Alaska. This is an area of low pressure that eventually is going to drop that next front into our area on Friday. Here's that timeline. By Tuesday afternoon, it's approaching the Pacific Northwest. It's going to continue to move into the Central Plains by Thursday morning. Then here comes that front for us here locally into Friday morning. As of right now, it doesn't really look to bring any substantial rain chances with it, unfortunately. But then after it passes through, here's when we see that next batch of cooler and drier air arrive along with it. So fingers crossed, definitely looking forward to more of that comfortable weather. Until then, we are in the upper 60s, right around 70 degrees here in San Antonio. Check out Kerrville already at 62, 61 in Rock Springs, 68 over there in Cotulla. Another cool and crisp morning tomorrow. Enjoy it when you step outside. Overall, a nice day, and then hopefully some areas will be able to tap into a little bit rain on Tuesday. Again, most of that the farther south that you go in terms of finding better rain chances. Then we'll monitor that next front that moves in just ahead of next weekend.
I'm sleeping with the windows open tonight. If you're walking early tomorrow morning and hear a bear, that's just me snoring.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Thanks for the heads up, Tim.
Yep.
All right, well, it's October, not my favorite kind of movie season, but it's Tim's the spooky season. See the early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters this weekend.
Boom!
Stop it.
And be with you forever.
The Blind stayed in 5th place, picking up $3.1 million. The Creator dropped to 4th on ticket sales of $6.1 million. Saw X fell from 2nd to 3rd, scaring up $8.2 million.
It's giving off some kind of energy.
After one weekend on top, Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie settled for 2nd place, earning $11.8 million.
She knows who I am.
Audiences were ready for the return of Ellen Burstyn and The Exorcist Believer, which easily opened on top, grossing $27.2 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
They put the puppies in their place.
Paw Patrol holding strong against the scary movies.
Yeah, it's in sole possession of first place now. Quarterback Frank Harris is back for UTSA, and he led them to a road win at Temple in the Roadrunners' inaugural American Athletic Conference game.
Plus, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys face the San Francisco 49ers tonight for a preview of Instant Replay. What's up, Larry?
All right, so it's cliche, but this was a statement game tonight, and the Cowboys failed. I think it's fair to say that Dak and the Cowboys want revenge when it comes to 49ers. Coming up tonight on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
Not him. Jumped up and made the sack.
This game is all 49ers, and it wasn't even close. Dak entered the night with 1 interception this season, but that number went up because he was picked off 3 times. The Niners D roughed up Dak and the boys' offense.
Strides home with a 1-2. It is 1-1. Back to the high fastball. That ball is hit in the air to deep left field. Hayes going back at the wall. It's gone.
The Texas Rangers exploded for 9 runs in the 2nd and 3rd innings, and now they have the Baltimore Orioles, the top team in the American League in the regular season, on the ropes in the ALDS. We've got the Rangers and the Astros coming up. Texans rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud set a record today. The Spurs held a free scrimmage. We got the best of BGC from Week 7 and a brand new 12's Top 12. And our Ancira Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Play of the Week is in your face. And that's coming up right after the Night Beat.
I'd like to see what that statement reads from the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing good.
Well, I just heard Mike McCarthy post. Editor Dan is using a lot of bleeps, bleeps, bleeps.
Okay, good.
Because he is not happy.
Okay, good.
We will look forward to that, Larry.
Good to know.
Hope the button's working back there.
We'll be right back.